Good morning, ma. In yesterday's class, we have seen what about the packing efficiency in face-centered unit cell. In today's class, we will go to body-centered unit cell. In that, what is the packing efficiency? Before calculating the packing efficiency, we have seen packing fraction. That packing fraction into 100, we will get packing efficiency. Okay, I hope you are clear about the calculation yesterday what we have done. In the same way, we will continue today. What about body-centered as well as simple primitive unit cell, simpler primitive unit cell. Now, next thing is packing efficiency in body-centered unit cell. Packing efficiency in body-centered unit cell. Before directly calculating the packing efficiency, we will go to first packing fraction. After getting that packing fraction, we will multiply with 100, then we will get packing efficiency. Okay, first what is that body-centered unit cell? Let us draw that one diagram. In body-centered unit cell, what are the lattice points? Lattice points are in corners and one body center. In corners and one body center. Okay, now let us see. I took one corner particle, this corner. Just 1 minute more. I will do one thing. This corner body center and this corner I will consider. This corner is in touch with the body center and this body center is in touch with this corner. Okay, these are in touch. One more thing, this corner particle is there na? This corner particle also will be in touch with body center. This corner particle also will be in touch with body center. This corner particle also will be. In body center unit cell, all the corners will be in touch with that body center. In face center, corners will be in touch with face center particles. Corner particles will be in touch with face center particles. In body center, corners will be in touch with body center particle. Okay. What are the particles I imagined in this diagram? I will show that one. Okay. Just observe the diagram, all of you. Okay, see here, imagine this one as cube. I took this corner particle, body center is inside, okay, and this corner. Actually, this is a cuboid. If it is like this cube, easily we can understand. This corner, see this corner, this corner. This one is this corner, or otherwise front corner. Okay, let us see. This corner is nothing but this corner inside body center, and that corner is this one. This opposite one. These two are in touch with inside body center particle. I hope you are imagining. Okay, see, this is the corner inside particle, this is the corner. or this corner inside body center and this corner, like that we are going to take. Okay, now what is the radius of the sphere? Radius of the sphere is smaller. This complete sphere 2r. Now this is in touch only, and this radius r. This radius r. Please observe all of you. I joined center of this sphere. That means this corner to that corner via body center particle. Okay, that is called body diagonal. In cube, two types of diagonals are possible. In cube, two types of diagonals are possible. Those are body diagonal and face diagonal. See all of you, this is face. From this corner to this corner, one line if you join, that is called face diagonal. Yesterday we have seen face center is here, correct or not? Face center is here. Through that face center we have joined, that is face diagonal, not body diagonal. Then what about body diagonal? Body diagonal is from this corner to that corner. From this corner to that corner, if you draw one line, that is called body diagonal. Or from this corner to that corner, one line, that is also called body diagonal. Like that, how many body diagonals are possible? 4 body diagonals. From this corner to this corner, from this corner to this corner, 2. From this corner to this corner, 1. From this corner to this corner, 2. Totally 4 body diagonals are possible. In that I considered one body diagonal, this one. Is it okay, ma? From here to here, entire body. As this is passing from one corner to another corner through the body center. That's why this is called body diagonal. This is called face diagonal. From this particle to this particle, that is called face diagonal. Okay. Now this is called body diagonal. Body diagonal is equal to small d, which is equal to 4r. R plus 2r, 3r plus r, 4r. In this body centered unit cell, body diagonal is equal to d. D is equal to 4r. Okay. So this total distance is d mod. Is it okay? Next. This is 4r. Next, coming to observe. This is A. This is B. This is A and this is B, and this is C. These three will form right angle triangle. From A to B, B to C. See, A, B, C. A, B, C will form right angle triangle. Triangle ABC is right angle triangle. ABC is right angle triangle. I will show for you. See here. I took from this corner to this corner. Okay, ma? This corner A, this corner B, this corner A, this corner B, and this corner C. Now I joined A and B through the body diagonal. A, B through body diagonal. Now B and C are joined. See, B and C. This is C only, na? B and C are joined through face diagonal. This is face diagonal, ma. A to B, that is body diagonal. B to C, that is face diagonal. I am writing here. BC is equal to BC is equal to face diagonal. BC is equal to face diagonal. Okay. Triangle ABC is right angle triangle. Correct? Right angle at here ma. So opposite side, that is biggest side, AB. AB is called hypotenuse. In triangle ABC, AB is hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equal to AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square, where AC is nothing but small a. AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square. BC square plus AC square. Okay, ma? What is this AB? That is nothing but body diagonal only, na? AB is equal to body diagonal. So D square is equal to BC square plus AC square means small a square. What is this D, ma? 4R. So 4R whole square is equal to BC square plus small a square. 4R whole square is equal to BC square plus small a square. Finally, 16R square. 4 16. 16R square is equal to BC square plus a square. Till this, keep it as equation 1. Till that, equation 1. Keep it as equation 1. All of you note down clearly. See to that, ma. AB is body diagonal. I hope you are clear what is meant by body diagonal and what is meant by face diagonal. BC is face diagonal. ABC will form right angle triangle, where AB is equal to body diagonal is equal to small d is equal to 4R. This corner particle and that corner particle are joined through body center particle. Triangle ABC is right angle triangle. BC is equal to face diagonal. That face diagonal we don't know, we have to find. That one we will take, ma, no problem. Okay, so in triangle ABC, what is the hypotenuse? Biggest side. What is the hypotenuse? That is AB. So hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square. BC is one side and AC is one side. But AC is edge length in the cube, that is small a. That one we know. But BC we don't know. BC is face diagonal, that one we don't know. That one we will find in next step. Okay. So AB is equal to D. So small d whole square is equal to BC square plus A square, where small d is nothing but 4R. 4R whole square is equal to BC square plus A square, where 4R nothing but 16R square. 16R square is equal to BC square plus A square. Now that one, equation 1, I kept it in box. I am going to rub up to here. Okay, now I am going to take this point, this corner is there as E. Triangle BCE is right angle triangle. Triangle BCE is right angle triangle. I am going to show that one. What are the BCE points? See, ma, this is, let us consider this is B. This is B. Okay, this one is B. Okay, anything, no problem. This is B. Next, this is C. I took this one as E. Correctly see here. This is E, this is C, this is B. I joined B and C, that is face diagonal. This BC and E, this one ma, is right angle triangle. Correct or na? Right angle triangle at E. So what is the hypotenuse? BC is the hypotenuse. Diagonal is the hypotenuse. Therefore, triangle BCE is right angle triangle. Therefore, BC square is equal to, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. CE square plus BE square is equal to BC square. BC square is equal to CE square plus BE square. We want BC square only. This one. Okay. This is equal to, what is the CE? Side length A only. Na? Even BE also A only. Because this is the cube with edge length A. Yesterday already we took. This is cube. All the sides are same. So this is A, this is A, and this is A. So what is CE square? A square. CE square is nothing but A square plus BE square also A square only. Finally, BC square is equal to 2A square. BC square is equal to 2A square. Substitute BC square in equation 1 here, in this equation 1. If you substitute like that, it will become 16R square is equal to, BC square means 2A square only, na? 2A square plus A square. BC square means 2A square plus A square. This implies 16R square is equal to 3A square. 16R square is equal to 3A square. Okay? Applying square root on both sides. Or otherwise, do one thing. This implies R square is equal to 3 by 16 A square. R square is equal to 3 by 16 A square. Next, continuation. When R square is equal to 3 by 16 A square, R is equal to root of 3 by 16 into root A square. Because this square is there, if it goes to that side, it will become square root. Okay, this is equal to root 3 by root 16 into A. Root A square is equal to A. Continuation. Root 3 by R is equal to root 3 by root 16 means 4 into 4. 4. 1 minute, man. Okay. Root 16 means 4. Root 3 by 4, A. Therefore, R is equal to root 3 by 4, A. This is the relation between radius of the sphere and small a. This is the relation between radius of the sphere and small a, edge length in body centered unit cell. Now we have to go through what about packing fraction. Okay, man? Note down this one, all of you. Triangle BCE is right angle triangle. That BCE is the part of face. Okay, in that BCE will form right angle triangle where BC is the hypotenuse. So BC square is equal to CE square plus BE square. Finally we got BC square is equal to A square. Substitute BC square in equation 1. Then it will become 16R square is equal to 2A square plus A square. 16R square is equal to 3A square. R square is equal to 3 by 16 A square. Then finally we got the relation as R is equal to root 3 by 4 A. R is equal to root 3 by 4 A. This is the relation between radius of the particle and edge length A in body centered unit cell. Now we have to go through packing fraction. I am going to keep only relation. particles present in body centered unit cell is equal to 2. So volume of 2 particles is equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of 2 particles equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to 8 by 3 pi r cube. This is the volume of 2 particles. Volume of cube is equal to a cube. Side length into side length into side length, that is a cube. Volume of cube is equal to a cube. Volume of 2 particles equal to 8 by 3 pi r cube. Then packing fraction is equal to, yesterday what did we write? Volume of total number of particles present in that unit cell divided by total volume. Like this here also, volume of 2 particles, because in body center unit cell how many particles are there? 2 particles. So volume of 2 particles divided by volume of cube is called packing fraction. Volume of 2 particles 8 by 3 pi r cube divided by volume of cube a cube. This one is equal to 8 by 3 into pi into r cube divided by a cube. 8 by 3 into pi into r cube divided by a cube. That is packing fraction. Now we will substitute, instead of r, root 3 by 4 a. I will continue that one. Before that, all of you observe here, number of particles present in body centered unit cell is equal to 2. Volume of 2 particles equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Because volume of 1 sphere is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, volume of 2 spheres equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to 8 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of cube is equal to a cube. Packing fraction is equal to volume of 2 particles divided by volume of cube. That one now it will become 8 by 3 into pi r cube divided by a cube. I will continue that one by substituting r value as root 3 by 4a. Now let us see all of you. R value packing fraction is equal to 8 by 3 into pi into r cube divided by a cube, where r is equal to root 3 by 4a. Where r is equal to root 3 by 4a. Substitute here 8 by 3 into pi means 22 by 7 into r cube. Root 3 whole cube divided by 4 cube into a cube divided by a cube. See, total r cube means this one. This is total r cube divided by a cube, as it is same. A cube got cancelled. Are you clear? R is equal to root 3 by 4 a cube na? Instead of r cube I wrote this total thing. This is r cube. Okay, then this one 8 by 3 into 22 by 7 into root 3 whole cube. 3 into root 3 divided by 4 into 4 into 4. 4 2's 8, 2 2's 4, 2 4's 8. 22 into 3 into root 3 divided by 3 7's are 21 into 8. 22 into 3 into root 3 divided by 21 into 8. Okay, if you do this calculation, you will get it as 0.68. You will get it as 0.68. This is the packing fraction. If you get packing fraction, then packing efficiency is equal to 0.68 into 100 is equal to 68%. Okay, so if you consider total cube as 100%, in that 100%, 68% of the volume is occupied by two particles present in the body center. 68% volume, remaining 32% gap. 32% gap. 68% packing efficiency, 32% gap in body centered unit cell. I hope this calculation is clear for you. Okay. Every step slowly, immediately I didn't write directly, every step clearly I wrote. If you have any doubt, no problem, through WhatsApp you can send to me. Okay. Even project works also I will give. I am verifying every project, maximum I will select the easy project only and I will send to you. No problem. Okay, no need to be hurry. Okay. Everyone are clear, 68% volume is occupied by particles present in body centered unit cell. This is the calculation of packing efficiency in body centered unit cell. Next one is simple only, that is simpler primitive unit cell. That is very easy. Before that, actually this is only little bit complicated because we have to take body diagonal as well as phase diagonal. Yesterday simply by phase diagonal itself we got the answer. Today we need to take that body diagonal because it is body center particle. That body center is in touch with corners. Yesterday's thing, phase centers particles are in touch with corners. Okay, I am going to rub this one. After this we will see what about the packing efficiency in simpler primitive unit cell. Okay, observe the calculation present on the board, all of you. Okay, next one. Packing efficiency in simple or primitive unit cell. Packing efficiency in simple or primitive unit cell. First I will draw the simple or primitive unit cell. In the simpler primitive unit cell, corners will be in touch with corner. So one particle, if you imagine like this, another particle is in touch with like this. Same in this way, I can draw like this, same back. So all the corners will be in touch with corners. Because no body center particle or phase center particle, so one corner will be in touch with another corner. That's why. Now if you join, see, from here to here this is smaller, from here to here this is smaller. Okay, the total distance is side length only, that is A. Total small a, that is small a, but one corner is in touch with another corner, so this is 2r. Now simply we can write r plus r, 2r is equal to a. Relation between r and a is 2r is equal to a, r is equal to a by 2 over. For getting this relation only in last two calculations we have done that much. But in simpler primitive unit cell, simply we got the relation between r and a. R is equal to a by 2. If r is equal to a by 2, number of particles present in simple unit cell is equal to 1. So volume of one particle is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of cube is equal to a cube. Volume of one particle is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of cube is equal to a cube. Okay, now packing fraction is equal to volume of one particle divided by volume of cube. Volume of one particle divided by volume of cube. What is the volume of one particle? 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by a cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by a cube. Now I will continue more. Before that, note down clearly. Okay. See, packing fraction is equal to 4 by 3 into pi into r cube by a cube. 4 by 3 into pi into r cube by a cube. But we know r is equal to a by 2. Then, therefore, packing fraction will become is equal to 4 by 3 into pi value 22 by 7 into r cube means a cube by 8 into a cube. A cube by 8 into a cube got cancelled. We are remained with 4 2's, 2 11's. 11 by 21. We are remained with 11 by 21. 3 7s are 21, 11 by 21. This is approximately 0.524. This is packing fraction. Packing efficiency is equal to 0.524 into 100 is equal to 52.4%. Packing efficiency is equal to 52.4%. Remaining percentage how much more? 47.6% gap. (47.6% gap), 52.4% packing efficiency in simple or primitive unit cell. So, by this we completed all the 3 types of unit cells packing efficiency. Out of these 3, in which unit cell the particles are packed more effectively? That is face-centered unit cell. In face-centered unit cell, almost 74% or 75% will be occupied by particles. In body-centered, we observe 68%, and in simple or primitive unit cell, it is only 52.4. Because number of particles, automatically we can understand. More number of particles are present in face-centered unit cell, so packing efficiency is more. Automatically, when number of particles are getting decreased, packing efficiency also getting decreased. Okay, entire calculation in the exam also no need to do. Directly if you remember the values and you can write the values clearly. That is enough. Okay ma? This is about calculation of packing efficiency in all the 3 types of unit cells. In this simple or primitive unit cell, easily we got the relation between R and A, that is, here both corners will be in touch with each other. Corner particles are in touch with each other. That's why R and R, total 2R. 2R is equal to side length A. Then R is equal to A by 2. Packing fraction is equal to volume of one particle. Because in primitive or simple unit cell, how many particles are present in one unit cell? One particle. We calculated number of atoms present in unit cell, everything we calculated. Okay, that's why here I took only one particle sphere volume 4 by 3 pi r cube. That 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by a cube, volume of the cube. That calculation is leading to 11 by 21, which is equal to 0.524. Packing efficiency is equal to how much percentage? Into 100. 0.524 into 100, which is equal to 52.4%. Okay, and remaining 47.6% is gap. This is about calculation of packing efficiency in simple or primitive unit cell. By this we completed all the 3 types of unit cells packing efficiency. Next side heading is density of the unit cell. General formula of density of unit cell. Next side heading is density of unit cell. We know density formula. Density is equal to mass by volume. But for which property we are going to calculate the density? For which substance we are going to calculate the density? Unit cell. So here also mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. Keep the side heading density of unit cell. Do one thing. Keep the side heading density of unit cell. Under that again write this one. Density of unit cell is equal to mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. Because density formula we know mass by volume. Okay, next is equal to, what is meant by mass of unit cell? In that unit cell, how many particles are present? In that unit cell, how many particles are present? That particle's mass is called unit cell mass. That is F-centered. Face-centered means 4 particles. Body-centered means 2 particles. Correct or not? Primitive or simple unit cell means 1 particle. That what is the meaning of that one? If how many particles are present, that particle's total mass is called mass of unit cell. So I am writing here, mass of unit cell is nothing but mass of number of particles. Mass of number of particles divided by volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell is A cube. Right? H length is equal to m, then volume of unit cell is equal to A cube. Mass of number of particles. Here, here we are not taking particularly whether it is face-centered unit cell or body-centered unit cell. That's why generalization we are making that one. Let Z be the number of particles present. Let Z be the number of particles present. If it is face-centered, Z is equal to 4. If it is body-centered, Z is equal to 2. If it is simple or primitive unit cell, Z is equal to 1. Okay. Small m be the mass of one particle. Small m be the mass of one particle. Then mass of number of particles equal to Z into m. Why? If you have two particles mass is nothing but 2 into m. If you have 4 particles mass 4 into m, because each particle mass is small m. So here I wrote Z into m. I hope you are clear, everyone. Mass of number of particles equal to Z into m. That's why I am writing this Z into m here. Therefore, density of unit cell is D. Density of unit cell is D is equal to Z into small m divided by A cube. Not yet completed, it is continuation, little bit more continuation is there. That one also I will write. Before that, till this, I hope you are clear. Density of unit cell D is equal to Z into m by A cube. What is meant by Z? Z by the number of particles present in unit cell. Z be the number of particles present in unit cell. Small m be the mass of one particle. Then number of particles into small m, that is called total mass of the particles present in unit cell. That one I wrote, Z into m divided by A cube. Okay, next. According to mole concept, according to mole concept, number of Na is nothing but Avogadro number, ma'am. Na is nothing but Avogadro number into small m, mass of each particle. Na into mass of each particle is called capital M, where Na is equal to Avogadro number, Avogadro's number. Small m is equal to mass of each particle. Capital M is equal to gram molecular mass. Capital M is equal to gram molecular mass or gram atomic weight. If it is element, gram atomic weight. Okay, if it is molecule, it is gram molecular weight. See, mass of Avogadro number of particles. Mass of 6.023 in 10 power 23 particles of any substance is called gram molecular weight or gram atomic weight. This one we know the definition. In 11th class first mole concept we have seen Na, Avogadro's number 6.023 in 10 power 23 into mass of each particle is called capital M, gram molecular weight. Okay, this implies small m is equal to capital M divided by Na. Small m is equal to capital M divided by Na. But we know density of unit cell is equal to this one. Therefore, density D is equal to Z into, what is the small m? Capital M by Na. Z into capital M divided by Na into A cube. Density D is equal to, where D is equal to density of unit cell. D is equal to density of unit cell. Z is equal to number of particles present in the unit cell. Capital M, gram molecular mass of the substance, whether it is element or molecule. If it is element, gram atomic weight. If it is molecule, gram molecular weight, divided by Na. This is Na fixed, 6.023 in 10 power 23 into A cube, edge length. They will give the values and we have to find density. Okay, if it is face centered unit cell, Z is equal to 4. If it is body centered unit cell, Z is equal to 2. If it is singular primitive unit cell, Z is equal to 1. This is about density of unit cell calculation. Density of unit cell, we started with mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. From there we got this much data, and finally this one is kept in the box. Please keep it in box. It is very important formula to do the problems. Density is equal to Z into capital M divided by Na into A cube. Okay, ma, that is about today's class. In today's class, what are the things we have studied? We have seen body centered unit cell packing efficiency and simpler primitive unit cell packing efficiency. After that, density of the unit cell, how to calculate that one. Till that we have studied, some more remaining part is there. Hardly within 3 or 4 periods we can complete this solid state. Okay, ma? Within 3 or 4 periods we will complete the solid state, and don't bother about the project works also. I will give the titles, everything. Everything means I will give the topic name. Okay, the topic name, how to just how to arrange that one in an order, that one I gave the sample projects also. Just refer them and go through that one. Okay, let us take time, no problem. Peacefully do the project works also. Before that, very important thing is you have to revise all these things. Okay, ma? That is about today's class. I hope you are clear about this one. If you have any small doubt in the calculation, immediately ask me. I will clarify your doubt. Okay, ma? Thank you. Thank you all.